This puzzle is about little bit deep calculation. If white is thinking that he will move its bishop to g8, black move its pawn to a2, white move its pawn to h7, black promotes, white promotes, but the problem is immediately after white promotes, there's a check, king has to go to e4, and white can simply capture black's queen. But wait, what if black has calculated this thing previously? So now, if this time bishop goes to the g8, then instead of going for the pawn promotion, black simply pushes king to f6. White still moves its pawn to h7, but now king to g7, and it's a lock position for the white because both bishop and pawn is guarding each other and king cannot capture either of them. But the problem is black have 4 different pawns that white need to stop. So if white try to take some risk and forget about the pawn, try to capture the pawn on the e6, the problem is black have 3 different pawns. Black simply pushes pawn to g4. White king try to go to d6 and attack on the c5 pawn. The problem is pawn can go to g3. King capture the c5 pawn, but there are 2 different pawn on the a3 and g3 that white cannot stop. Either will promote to queen. White have to simply move its bishop to e4. If you think black can capture the e4 bishop, then white move its pawn to h7, pawn to a2. White promotes the first, and now even if black promotes, white can simply capture the black's queen. So black will not do this mistake to capturing the bishop. After the bishop to e4, if king goes for the f6 and try to stop the pawn, do you think we should push our pawn to h7 and try to promote? No, we will not do that. We will simply move our king to e8. Sounds surprising? Wait a minute. Black moves its pawn to a2. Still, we will not try to promote. We will simply move our king to f8. That is a very safe square for the king. And now black will happily promote to queen. Problem starts from here. Queen is actually not so useful in this case because queen cannot give a check from a8 to the king because bishop is guarding the a8 square. Queen cannot attack from the h1 square to the pawn because bishop is guarding the h1 square as well. So now white can simply move its pawn to h7. Even if the king is completely blocked, king cannot go anywhere to stop the pawn. Queen go to d4, try to attack on the bishop, then pawn to h8 and promote to queen. It's a checkmate.